Today we are talking about the Aiper Scuba S1 Pro. I've been using this pool robot for a few weeks now, and I have had a great time with it. I'm very impressed with what Aiper's been able to put out. This video is sponsored by Aiper. Thank you so much for sponsoring today's video. This is the Aiper Scuba S1 Pro. It is an amazing pool robot vacuum. Now, I want to go over some of the things that I've experienced with this robot. First and foremost is the build quality. The build quality on this thing is absolutely insane. It is made out of plastic, but it doesn't feel like a cheap garbage plastic. Now, having grown up in Orlando, there's a pool in almost every backyard, and I've grown up cleaning so many different pools. And so for me, having grown up with that, I absolutely hate scrubbing the walls of a pool. I hate skimming the pool. I hate cleaning the bottom of the pool. I just hate the whole process. Now, the chemicals, I don't really mind that much, but it's the actual scrubbing and getting every single leaf out that is so frustrating for me. I mean, think about this. It takes hours and hours of every single week, of every single year. So no matter what, you're always spending a lot of time on cleaning up your pool, especially if you got like a party coming up. You want that thing to be pristine for people. Now, when Aiper reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to check out the Scuba S1 Pro, I was extremely excited about it because, like I said, I don't like doing that. I don't like doing floors, and I don't really like mowing my lawn. And so when they kind of took one of those 3 horsemen for me, I was really thankful. So I want to show you right here. One of the biggest things is this has huge treads on it. It's kind of like you've seen on a tank. It is absolutely huge, which means it's going to go over anything in your pool. My kids have left a lot of pool toys in the pool, and this thing has had no problem just kind of going right over it and getting to all the dirt. These also help out because my pool, the drain cover broke, and so right now it doesn't have a drain cover, which is a little bit dangerous, but that means that this thing can go over that huge pool hole with no problem at all. It's never once gotten stuck. In fact, it does really well with climbing up things, like it climbs up on the stairs and kind of goes back down. So not only is the tread huge, the other thing is that these front brushes, it also has a back brush in the exact same way. It really does really well at scrubbing the sides of the pool. As you can see, it's got a few different cameras all around it so that it can scan your pool and make sure that it's going to scrub everything, make sure that every inch of the whole thing is actually cleaned and not left with dirt on it. Now, I just flipped it around, and on the back side right here, there is a charging port where you can charge it. It also comes with a docking station if you purchase that. But the good news is the battery is really, really good and lasts many days. In fact, it has a mode on it where it will stay in the water. It's like an eco cleaning mode. It'll stay in the water and it'll clean every few days, which is really impressive because you just kind of set it and forget it. You charge it like once a week. That's a really cool mode. Now, another great feature with the Aiper Scuba S1 Pro is the fact that when it's about to die, when the battery's about to die, it actually kind of goes up against the wall and makes it so it's really easy for you to get out. It's kind of like the robot's being courteous to you. It also has 4 brushless motors, so it's going to last you a long time, and anything on the robot that's going to wear out, you can actually really easily replace any of these parts that are going to just kind of wear out over time, like anything would. Now, I've also really enjoyed this on the Aiper app. You can actually pick which cleaning mode you want, and it's got a really, really easy way to update the firmware of the device. And so that's really helpful as they keep going with more updates on this thing. It's going to get better and better over time, but so far I haven't had any issues with it. But it's nice that it will automatically do those updates for you through the app. And so they've really thought through everything on this device. It's fantastic. Now, on the top of the unit, you see it has these little fans right here. That's what it uses to pressurize itself against the walls of the pool so that it can get a good scrubbing motion. And when it first starts up, man, those things move a ton of water, so you can tell that the suction on it is really good. So like I said, this thing has different modes to it. You can put it in different modes where it's just gonna skim the top, or it's just gonna take care of the bottom of the pool and the walls of the pool. But I like setting it, like I said, on that eco mode. You can set it for every few days to clean. Now, during the winter, to me, that's gonna be the best one, because if you don't know this, you don't have to clean your pool as often during the winter. And my kids are definitely not going to be swimming during the winter in Florida. Like, it still gets down to 30 degrees, way too cold to swim. And so it'll be sweet because then I can just charge this once a week, put it in the pool, and know that my pool is always going to be clean. So when you're wanting to clean this thing out after it's done a full kind of load, it's got a regular basket right here, which you can pull out with just one hand. But what's cool is it also has this, a fine filter, fine mesh filter. And so all of those small particles that are up in your water, that is going to come out with this small fine mesh. Now, this was something I found extremely impressive. This was after one cleaning in my pool. Is around the outside of the pool is a bunch of stones, which all have sand, and so my pool normally is filled with sand. And this did such an awesome job at getting up in there and getting all that little small dirt and small sand, which is awesome because then that doesn't need to go through my whole filter. Now, this is the bottom side of the robot. You can see how big this is. I had this thing pick up full-blown rocks in my pool, but it also, it just like entraps everything around it. These big brushes, they're really incredible at scrubbing everything. And so it's just really good all around, especially if you're somebody who has a family and your kids are gonna leave all sorts of stuff in the pool. These brushes kind of kick things away just before it actually sucks it up. Now, at any time, if it does suck something up, it's gonna be in the basket, no big deal. Now, when I got this thing, I was a little bit skeptical to see how well it would work, but when you're watching the robot in the water, you can tell that it's actually a smart robot. Like it's literally covering every square inch of my entire pool. So like, I'm looking at it, I'm seeing what it's gonna do. I know a lot of robots aren't that smart, but this one, it's pretty wild to watch how well it cleans in a perfectly straight line. It moves and it comes back perfectly and it kind of overlaps that line just a little bit until it does the entire pool. It is very impressive and it's gonna save me hours and hours every single week. And so if I add that up over time, yes, I could go hire a pool cleaning person, but for the price of one of these, I have many, many, many years of a clean pool. And so for me, it kind of makes more sense for me to have a pool cleaning robot, which is gonna take care of all the cleaning for me, but then I just do the chemicals myself. That's not a big deal at all. So do I recommend this if you have a pool and your pool is in constant need of being cleaned, which every single pool is, then I absolutely do. Aiper has been fantastic to work with. Their product is a really high quality product and it does a fantastic job at what it's designed to do. And what more could you want than that? Here, this is disgusting. And so I know this is a little bit gross, like it is obviously, but what's cool is it actually does the job that it's designed to do. And for me, that is so helpful. It saves me so much time, so much money, and I'm very thankful. So thank you again, Aiper, for sponsoring today's video. You'll find a link in the description below to find the Scuba S1 Pro by Aiper. Thank you again. This is a fantastic product. Go check it out. I'll see you all in the next one. Now I gotta clean up my whole desk. Yoink. Yoink.